this video tutorial is about time signature. So we are still on rudiments of music. So I've taken the time to take us through 4 pieces with different time signatures. So the first one is G-Node in 2/4. The second one is Jesus Emauso or One Day in Jesus in 4/4. Amazing Grace in 3/4. And then Chatabrewa in 6/8. So we're basically going to start with G-Node, which is in 2/4. We already know time signature consists of 2 figures, one placed above the other to signify time. The top figure shows the number of beats in every bar or measure, and then the note or the number below shows the kind of beat. So with this 2/4, we know that the kind of beat is crotchet or quarter note, and then we should get 2 of quarter notes in every bar. But in this case, you see these musical notations, the durational notes are not quarter notes, but it should sum up to a quarter note if being added, or it should sum up to 2 quarter notes. Now let's see. The first note is a semi-brief. It's a semi-quaver. And then the next note is a quaver. And this is also a semi-quaver. You have a quaver and then 2 semi-quavers. Already we know semi-quavers is a quarter beat. And then quavers is a half beat. So we have 2 semi-quavers here giving us quarter beats plus the half beats there. That's the quaver will give us 1 beat. So this section is actually giving us 1 beat. And then we move to the next couple of notes. We have this quaver also there, which is already a half note. And then this 2 semiquavers giving us another half. So summing them up will give us 1 beat. So the 2 of them. So those 2 group of notes will give us 2 beats. Now let's find a different. Okay. Now let's look here in bar 16. Or let's look at 17 rather. So 17 on the first top note is already a straight minim, which is giving us 2 beats. But on the second part, you can see 1 quarter beat and another quarter beat, or 2 crochet beats, which is also giving us 2 beats. The same applies to the tenor and bass part. And then let's look here where the G-Node is. You see there is a quaver. There's a crochet rest, which is already 1 beat, and then we have semi-quaver, quaver, and then semi-quaver, which is also giving us 1 beat. So summing them up will give us 2. Now with the counting or the pause will be like this. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So with this rhythm, it goes like da 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 da. Da 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 da. I'm going to try and move with the pointer. So 1, 2, da 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 da. Something like that again. 2, 1, 2, da 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 da. So that is it. That is it for 2/4. So you could either get a different sheet that has which will be having 2 crochet beats or minims, or just 1 minim in a bar or measure. That will also give us 2 beats. That is also giving us 2 beats. So we are done with the 2/4. You can just try another 2/4 pieces, and then you do the calculations. You see that you get it. Now let's go to 4/4. Just Jesus Emauso. close this one. And then, okay, now it's widely open. So, Jesus also is in 4/4, meaning that we need to get 4 crochet beats in every bar. So let's do the calculations and see. So with the first measure, we have 2 crochet rest, which is already giving us 2 beats. Now we have a quiver rest, a quiver note, and then 2 extra 2 quivers. So these 2 also give us 1 beat. Summing up to the rest will give us 3 beats. Now we have these 2 quivers. When we add them up, it's also giving us 1 beat. So you see the whole bar, we are having 4 crochet beats in that bar. Now let's look at the second measure. We have we have 1 crochet, another crochet, and then 2 quivers. So these are 3 beats plus the 2 quivers will give us 4 beats. Let's look here. In bar 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in bar 4, we have a quiver, a crochet, quiver, and then quivers. So these 2 or 3, the 2 quivers plus the crochet is giving us 2 beats, and then we have the 4 quivers, which is also giving us 2 beats, because 2 quivers will give us 1 crochet. So the 4 of them will give us 2, plus the other ones here also give us 4 beats. Now we have a minimum here, which is already 2 beats, and then we have a quiver rest, quiver, and an extra 2 quivers. So this is already giving us 2, plus the quiver rest, and then the quiver note itself will give us 1, plus this will give us 3, and then the other 2 quivers will add up, which is also giving us 4 beats. Now let's look at this bar. We have a dotted crochet, which is already 1.5, plus this half note. Sorry, not a half note, but a half beat, that is quiver, which will give us 2 beats. And then we have another dotted crochet, which is also giving us 1/2, plus this quiver, which is half beat, will give us another 2 beats. So summing them up will give us 4 beats. So I think you know how it goes. So this is how 4/4 also goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So pam pam pa 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 half pa 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 pa. So that is it when it comes to 4/4 time signature. Now let's go to the next piece. That's Amazing Grace. So Amazing Grace is in 3/4, meaning that we need to get 3 crochet beats in every bar. But in this instance, we have this note there, and then there are no other notes, meaning that it's anacrustic. That's the note is starting from the weak beat. It's starting from a weak beat, so it's anacrustic. And then when you look at the last bar is giving us minimum. So in addition to the anacrustic beat here, will give us 3 beats. Now let's see the next bar. We have minimum, which is already 2 beats, and then 2 quivers, which is 1 beat, which is giving us 3 beats. So when you look at the notes down there for the second part, you could see a minimum and a straight crochet, which is also giving us 3 beats. The same implies in the third measure. So 2 beats, 1 beat will give us 3. And then I think that's okay. Let's look at here. We have a dotted crochet, which is 1.5 with a quiver note, which is giving us 2 beats, plus the 2 quivers, which is also 1, and then summing them up will give us 3. So that is that for this one. And then the count 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Because it's starting from a weak beat, we will be starting on the third count. So 1, 2, bam, ba, ba, bam, ba, bam, ba. ba ba ba, bum 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 bum, 1 2, bum bum 2, bum bum ba, bum 1 2. So that is it for the Amazing Grace in 3/4. Now let's look at the last piece in 6/8. So meaning that we need to get 6 quiver beats in every bar, because 8 represents quavers. Now let's look at in the first measure we have a dotted crochet. So when we divide dotted crochet, we will get 3 quavers. And then we also have an extra 3 quavers here. So adding them up will give us 6 beats. Now in the measure 2, we have a crochet, a quiver, crochet, and a quiver. So crochet can give us 2 quavers, and another crochet, 2 quavers. So 2 quavers plus this quiver will give us 3 quavers, and then this same here 2 will give us 6 quavers, which is giving us 6 quavers in the bar. That is giving us 3. Sorry. And so summing them up will give us 6. We have a dotted crochet and the same thing there. And then we have this one here, a dotted minim. A dotted minim, when we divide dotted minim, will give us 6, because dotted minim is 3 beats. So every quiver 3 will give us 3 crochet beats. So every crochet beat has 2 quivers when we divide them. So 3 times 2 is 6. And then, so with a count to 1 2 3 4 5 6 1. The pause is a bit slow, so let me try and increase the pause. Let me see. 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5. 2 3 da 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 da. Da 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 da. 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 da 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 da. So that is the basic counting of 6 8 2 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. I believe you enjoyed the lesson. Keep subscribing to RayApp Music. God bless you.